Smith here, guys. I know this is not going to be the norm interview right here, man. I'm on the edge of my seats. Me, Tony Jennings, and Bird Human, man. Oh fuck, man. I'm scared. I'm shaking, man. We're talking about the GSCFB. I don't know. I can't think straight. I feel like a car's following us, man. They're police cars, all type of shit, man. But hey, Bird Human, man. Oh man, do you think we're being followed? He keeps telling me we're not being followed and calm down. So let's talk about the GSCFB interview, bro. I'm on the edge of my seats, man. I'm looking through this rearview mirror.
Getting this shit going.
Getting what shit going? What are you talking about?
Hey man, thank you for having me. Yeah, like when we planned it out last year, I was anticipating us getting through maybe 9 seasons, that being a lot, but we're gonna knock out season 11.
I don't know about I don't know if we're gonna knock out season 11, bro.
We've got a lot of new users
being
that
followed.
We're in our community that have been.
Do you hear me? Do you even care?
Linchpins of our group, and we have 25 really good dedicated users, and we'll find a few more to fill out for next year.
Bird, we're being followed. Do you care?
Get the quality that we got this year, but I'm really looking forward to it. It was nice taking last month or so off as I adjusted to my new job outside of here, just to get back in for next year. But I'm looking forward to July and getting this shit going.
Shit, get down, get white going, get down.
Everybody move to the right side of the car. Okay. Door, dude. I'm not opening you, chicken. Yeah. Go with them. Jumbo, good hands? Shut up. Unlock the door with your right hand. No, Jumbo, back up. Crawl to him. All the way out. Crawl.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am a visionary. I am a revolutionary. You know what? No. Tony, I need you to do this interview for me. I gotta help the city. The city's on fire right now. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Tony Jennings with a live report. I am here where, as just alluded to, Birdman has been taken into custody by the police. I've seen him get socked in the back of the head, thrown into the back of the cruiser. Looks like he's getting locked up. But as you can clearly hear in the background, the empire has fallen. The city is on fire. Chaos ensues. What a mess. But fear not, brighter days are on the horizon. But I can definitely tell you, Stephen, that when there's smoke, there's fire.
Yeah. Oh man, what a turn of events, bro. I've never had an interview like that where something just changed so drastically. Oh man, I'm so glad to be just in my own home, not having to worry about that bullshit anymore. Man, can we get to the meat and bones of this interview? I mean, what happened, man?
Yes, Stephen A., the fall of man, it happened pretty quick. In the words of a famous rapper, it was all good just about a week ago. But, I'm going to explain a little bit in contrast during this interview exactly what happened, what led to the arrest of Birdman, to the fall of his league, the burning of an empire, so to speak, and how the infrastructure just crumbled beneath his feet. So, first we have to start with the facts. Actually, I'm going to start with the rhetoric, because yesterday, young man Ting informed me he received emails from Birdman expressing to him, why'd you go to the league and spread false information about me? And why'd you tell the league I told you to fuck off? And things of that nature. When that's not what happened. Okay? What happened was there were already disgruntled league members. You know, it was a few people that shall remain nameless, but they know who they were. Some of those people were in the league, and some of those people were outside of the league. Okay? But with this man being the main commissioner, first of all, the original 4 commissioners, that changed because of him. Changing of rules. Granted, there hasn't been a rule change in 6 months, but we're talking about a guy who chose to change the rules, certain rules of his franchise, right in the middle of a season. Okay? On top of that, the recruiting rule. If a sophomore had a great year, you couldn't invite him back.
Damn.
You couldn't bring him back. Just a whole bunch of bullshit rules. It's penalties. All right?
Mm-hmm.
Some guys you penalized, some guys you didn't. You weren't completely strict with that. But on top of that, what really stole and put the icing on the cake was the simple fact that this man took and his champions and those that won and those that had top recruiting in the league, you penalized them. You penalized them for the next game, and you made sure that they picked dead at the bottom. Besides that, I mean, you know, we're talking about your champions. You know, we're talking about guys that have won national championships 2 times, 3 times. And you're going to make sure that they pick at the bottom so they don't get a good team? I think the fuck not. Oh, and to put the cherry on top of that, you actually admitted to the field, to the whole league, in front of the whole league, that, oh yeah, that guy's picking down there because I felt like putting him down there. So, yeah. So now, and that's not even talking about how if you criticize this commissioner, or if you had an exchange of words, or if you beat him, you know, you would end up on the wrong side of scheduling. Okay? You would be publicly talked about. Publicly, he would try to publicly humiliate you. Right? And then that's not even the thin layer of ice, because there's an admin tab where all the commissioners in the league gathered, and, you know, there's all types of different conversations that took place for damn near 10, 11 seasons behind the scenes. And I'm pretty sure there were a lot of people that were talked about in those conversations. Young Man Ting being included, right? Okay. So, you know, after Young had a conversation with a member of the league, who, again, will remain nameless, okay, he took and he reached out to said commissioner. Now, when he reached out to the commissioner, you know, Young realizes that him and the commissioner, they don't see eye to eye. They're not friends, okay? They're not buddy, chum. They don't rub elbows. And this was all expressed to the commissioner, you know, through a DM. But the first advance of the olive branch took place in front of everyone publicly, where Young Man Ting asked for the commissioner's number because, you know, he wanted to have a conversation with the commissioner behind the scenes. The commissioner got freaked out. You know, the commissioner, to quote unquote, put it how he put it in front of everyone, he said, "Dies of cringe. I'm not giving you my phone number." I mean, this was the words that were spoken to Young. So again, Young had to go above and beyond, because initially, this is the same commissioner that wanted to run with the 2.5-star league. there have been other people that talked to the commissioner, but from what the reports have told me, and from speculation of the reports, when Young Man Ting went to the commissioner, hit him in the DMs, told him that with all the implementation of the great things that are coming to this league, that 2.5-star school shit isn't going to pop. We need the 4 stars, the 5-star schools. You know, there's unfinished business with certain schools, and we need to bring that out. We need to do that. Okay? The commissioner created a poll. Everybody voted on the poll, and all of a sudden, this Twitter X draft shit was concocted. Although last year, going into NCAA 25, the list was completely computer generated. But this particular list was put together by him, for him, making sure that his champions, his winners, those that won money, they're all the way at the bottom. Him and his fellow commissioners are all the way at the top, which, listen, if you're a commissioner of a league, I don't have a problem with you picking a team before me. I don't have a problem with you picking a team before others. But, again, you could have put those 4 guys ahead, and then you could have generated everything else. You could have computer generated everything else. But instead, you wanted to, quote-unquote, stick it to the man. So I'm rambling on a little bit, but give me 1 second.
Okay, man, it's absolutely crazy as we listen to Young Man and explain this in this court date, man. It's so crazy, man, on this court date. I had no idea all of this stuff, man, but oh my God, man, I just cannot but just shake my head at just a person like this. You know, I just cannot see how somebody like this would even be given a second chance in the league after listening to all of this. I honestly probably won't even continue this league after hearing all this. But anyway, Young Man has arrived back in court. So let's take a listen.
All right. So now, you know, Young Man Ting is in his DMs. He's like, hey, man, listen, you know, I know we're not the best of friends, but, you know, there's a dark cloud over the league. And before anything drastic happens, I think you should publicly apologize to the guys. You don't penalize your champions. You don't penalize those that, quote unquote, win too much. You don't penalize those that win national championships and that have won money and have great recruiting classes. You just don't do that. You should have generated the list. You know, you're starting to be power hungry, ego tripping. You know, you need to check that, because good commissioners don't go through that. Good commissioners just run their leagues. Okay? Unfortunately, as that was the second olive branch that was extended to Birdman, he basically spit in Young Man Ting's hand. Not in his face, because if it would have been his face, you know, the city would have been burned down that day. But he spit in his hand. And he said he laughed it off. He really didn't care what Young was talking about. So, like the great creator, Young thought about this conversation, or lack thereof, for exactly, 24 hours or and such. And then he formulated the plan. And the plan was to get the remaining good soldiers out of there, and we're going to burn the fucking kingdom down. We're going to burn it down. Because, understand, the players make the league. The players make the league great. They make it competitive. They make up the league. The commissioner is just the guy who's the face of the league, who makes the league run, and he happens to be one of the players. Now, if he is a fair and good commissioner, then, the league is great. The league will flourish. The league will thrive. But, unfortunately, if he's a piece of shit, then, the league will be bullshit. And the league will fail. And the league won't last very long. Or, because considering the fact that we lasted a decade, good players will leave the league because there is no there is no balance. There was no balance in the way he set up our schedules. Come on, man. You know what I'm saying? You have a team that is playing the top 5, top 10 people in the league, and this guy's running around playing the bottom 5 teams of the league that have never been ranked the whole time that they have played. And listen, that's not a shot against those guys, because those guys show up and they play their games. But why do you have a 94 rated team and you're playing the bottom half of the league in competition wise? That doesn't make sense. So after he spit in Young Man Ting's hand, Young Man Ting did what any great citizen would do. And that's burn it down and tear it down. And that's what happened. Now, you know, he did reach out to Young Man Ting yesterday saying, hey, you told people about that I said fuck you and this, that, and the third, and you poisoned people against me? No. I simply told him I didn't have to poison you against people. You did that for me. I gave you enough rope to hang yourself. And that's what you did. Essentially, that's what you did. And then on top of that, to be even further more petty, we can't even finish the season because not only did you lock us out of the Discord, but you locked us out of the league as well, which is fine. Because it's like a great villain once said, when the chips are down, people will show you exactly who they really are in that final hour. And you did. You showed us exactly who the fuck you are. Now, if it was up to me, you wouldn't be able to play in this league. Fuck no. Fuck no. Nah, not the bringer of rain. You wouldn't be able to play in this league. You know what I'm saying? But again, that's not up to me. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a commissioner in this league. You know, or at least I haven't been aware of it. But, you know, I did my due diligence. I'm for the people. You know? And if you want to walk around on a tyrannical raid, I'll show you that the second sharpest weapon that an individual can possess is that of the tongue. So in conclusion, you know, in the words of Bane, the probability the league was destroyed and burned to the ground. For he was a man that thought he could avoid the darkness. But I was born in it, molded by it. So, I mean, you know, bottom line, listen, you know, if you, absolute power, all right, leads to absolute corruption. And we've seen that firsthand. Now, behind the scenes, you know, now there are also admins from that league that were in there, and he posted the chat between him and Young Man Ting. Okay, so, hey, listen, and even in there, we received information that he laughed about the shit that was being said then. So, I mean, come on. I give you an olive branch. I give you rope. You hang yourself. And now you want to come back and try to play the victim. Sorry. Not sorry. Okay? You know, listen. I'm going to tell you a very famous quote that you should be able to understand. All right? God might not be done with you, but I am. Okay? So next time, you know, do your job, be fair, and we wouldn't have this problem. You know, it was built. The people came. I had to burn it down. It had to go. You know? So, listen, no hard feelings. You know, fuck you on the way out. Because as far as it goes with the DMs, you definitely blocked me, but I mean, I don't give a fuck. You weren't my friend anyways, and I wasn't in your league because of you anyways. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I could care less. You know? Enjoy your high-paying warehouse job, eat your fucking M&Ms, you know, and rebuild your fucking league. You know? Rebuild it. Rebuild it from the ground up. You know, do that. You know, just make sure that when you do it, that you're fair. You know, and you don't pull the same bullshit that you did. Or, I mean, you'll have to withstand another coup d'etat. In conclusion to that, you know, this league is going to be a lot of fun. You know, with all the shows, recaps, and things that we'll be doing. You know, I'll be a live reporter inserted into that. And, you know, we definitely have some stuff on the way for you guys. You know, right now I'm just... well, having a little technical difficulty there. And I'm just, you know, standing outside the PCD. Oh.
Oh shit, y'all, what's that?
Oh.
What's happening?
Yeah, that's
Birdman?
Ladies and gentlemen, that's Birdman.
Oh.
He's inside the cell getting stretched out.
It gotta hurt.
Big fella dropped the soap.
Damn shame.
Guard. Freak man, yeah, that's him.
You know, man, I kind of feel sorry for the man. I kind of teared up a little bit. I'm kind of teared up on my man. And man, he didn't deserve that, young. Do you think he deserved a second chance?
Well, there's only one way to answer that. And that's, we now go live to inside the cell.
Okay.
We'll find out what's really going on out there.
Okay, let's go.
This is my 5 years to get up out of here. This 5 years is gonna be a breeze. Okay, got a toilet right there. Hey, big fella, why don't you do that ass up on that bed? Hey, my man. I just came to do my time. I ain't with none. Looking like a peanut butter Reese's cup, and I need a piece. Bro, I don't know what you see, but I just came to do my time. You gonna do your time while getting hit from behind? Now toot that ass up. Bro, you tripping. I'm not with none of it. I just came to do my time. But I'm gonna go ahead and flip this up. You stand for jamming your ass while you in lockup. Oh, now you tripping. Guard. And I'm on hard. Guard. On hard. Guard. Get naked before I come over there and take you. Bro, what is wrong with you? That's just got to be all over your ass. That was freaking out. Guard. I'm for the guard, but I'm still on hard. Guard.
Well, I'm here to tell you guys, Stephen A. Smith enjoys his position as being a sports analyst after seeing all that went down with Bird Human. And I'm here to say, I don't want no parts of that, nor do I want to be around that. So if the league ever consider bringing back that in this league, I will go the other way. Respectfully, I love my brothers, OJ, Mike, a lot of big names out there. I definitely love and have a lot of respect for. But if they bring that back to this franchise, I'm here to tell you guys, Stephen A. Smith is exiting 1,000% after seeing that. Oh, and by the way, prayers to that hole.